Welcome to Evolution in Controls. I'm your host, Tim Wilson. Thank you for joining us. Factory automation is a world where the technology of safety has taken a firm, deep hold. No longer is it a broadly accepted practice to manually bypass safety devices and allow machines to operate. In the past, when a safety device was troublesome, it was not uncommon to see it bypassed to allow production to continue until a replacement could be procured. Production was king, and safety was important, but today, thankfully, not only has the technology changed, but so has the attitude and the approach towards operator protection and machine safety. No longer does safety and protection take a back seat to anything. We've learned that the costs are just too great and our human capital too important to risk. But that brings us to a different issue. Just because we've learned the value of protection and safety doesn't mean that somehow the value and importance of production has decreased. The business of factory automation is to build more things better and faster. So when a safety device fails or becomes troublesome, instead of simply ignoring it or somehow bypassing its interactions, the press for production demands that the device be replaced, and quickly. Production doesn't want to wait for any man or device. And all this means that device availability has become a very high priority. And that's where a stocking program becomes valuable. Here to talk with us about Evolution's stocking program with their new partner, Leuze, are three product managers from Evolution. Joining us today are Michelle Quinn, Marty Bick, and Jared Halsey. Guys, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Listen, let's start with an introduction. Jared, tell us a little about yourself. How long have you been with Evolution, and what's your job and what do you do?
Yep, so I'm a product manager and I've been here for right at a year. My background, extensive factory automation for about 20 years, multiple different hats, all the way from integration, design, engineering, and then product execution.
So new to Evolution, but not new to the industry?
No.
Okay. Michelle, how long have you been with us?
Almost 20 years.
Wow.
My career started here in sales.
Okay.
And not always safety. It was mechanical.
So you started out in mechanical. Metal things, and now you've gone to the electrical side.
Now I've went to the electrical side. At the beginning of this year, I moved into a product management role for our safety.
Nice. Marty, you're the spring chicken here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm proud to say that this is my 18th year with Evolution.
Oh, congratulations, that's awesome.
Thank you. So anyway, but it's been a great experience here. I've been a controls engineer since 1977. I started out in the water treatment industry as a process control engineer, and I've migrated into the machine tool industry back in the early 80s. And then what happened is that for the last 18 years I've been dealing as a product manager for our electrical products, which includes safety. So the last 18 years I've got an extensive background in safety products.
So you and I are in the same age category. I won't say who's older, but
I think I am.
But we've seen a huge change in safety over the course of our working careers.
Oh, absolutely. It's evolved quite a bit. I go back to the days when everything was single channel, all wired to
the MCR.
Master control relay. Yep. And so then we started taking safety serious in North America starting in the early 90s.
Okay.
And then the advancement of technology has been quite extensive. We started out with safety gate switches, going to dual channel, and then going to light curtains, and then adding in safety mats or pressure mats, and then the event of laser scanners coming out, and then finally now the most recent development has been radar scanners.
Mm-hmm.
So
a lot of different technology, a lot of different kind of products, but we're doing a stocking program. So let's back up and start from the beginning. Why a stocking program? Why do we need it? Why do we have it? Michelle.
Our customers can't be down. We can't go back to the jumping over, the days of bypassing. So when customers go down because they've got a light curtain that needs to be replaced, they need that light curtain right away.
I remember seeing palm buttons and gate switches or fence gates just bypassed so that you could get in and, you could make production. Doesn't happen anymore, does it?
No. Human safety plays an important role in our industry, so they need to get back up and running.
And we have a stocking program because we partner with our manufacturers.
Yep.
They're not keeping the inventory, or maybe they're not keeping, is it they're not keeping the inventory, or is it we are keeping a wider range? What do you see as the reason why we have a stocking program? Gary?
Yeah, I mean, our customers have a wide range of safety devices out there. We're trying to capitalize on what our customers are using, and what we're seeing is strong in the industry. So we are stocking the base light curtain that you can just put in, and it's just going to be on or off, not going to any muting or anything like that. But we can also we have area scanners.
Light curtain.
Yep,
light curtains is an area or a product type that we're keeping in
Yes.
inventory. What else?
Yep, and then on those light curtains we have a 17 millimeter resolution and a 30 millimeter, so we have hand and arm safe. And then we flow into the aerial scanners.
Okay.
And we have some that are basically going to be a direct wire back to a relay, or if it's going to be a ProfiSafe on a network, we have those.
Well, let's go back to the light curtains for a second. The thought occurred to me, there are lots of companies that make light curtains. Can ours replace somebody else's? Are there standards in the industry that allows one, or if they use ours, they always have to use ours?
No, there's always there's a certain standard to it that you're going to have the category of it, but then you're also going to have on some of the connections that is a standard pinout. So it's going to really
cables.
Yeah, for the cables. So there might be some minor integration of some bracketry that has to be adjusted, but other than that, it's going to be all really defined in the safety barriers or the setting of the light curtains of what you're trying to protect for its application. For the most cases, there's some unique features on some of them, but for most cases, it's something that could be swapped out and
I don't want to say interchangeable, but almost that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So light curtains, you talked about area scanners. What other kind of categories of products are we keeping in our program?
Safety relays and safety controllers. We can ship a complete safety system for a brand new machine right from our stock, and then we can help and show our customers
Now,
to do the training
A
necessary.
safety solution would have what kind of things in it? I
You'd have
assume that's multiple products, right?
Any one of the safety sensors that we've been talking about, but
Right.
also either at least a safety relay.
Okay.
If not a safety relay, if you needed a little more advanced.
Does that replace the old MCR? Is that what
Yes.
you really does it? Okay.
And does a heck of a lot more. And then we also have a safety controller.
And a safety controller is like a PLC?
It's a safety PLC.
A safety
A
PLC.
modular, smaller safety PLC.
Because a lot of customers are using multiple layers of safety. So that's where your safety controller would come into play, is if you open a door lock, then you have another safety protocol that comes on. So there's different layers of when a safety device is actually on, like when is the light curtain on versus when it's not on, and that can all be controlled in the controller.
So it's not 10 discrete devices all wired in series?
Nope,
Okay, so they have multiple layers.
they have multiple layers.
And that's
so,
controlled by the safety PLC.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, typically the rule of thumb is once you get to 3 or 4 safety relays, then it's more effective to go to a safety controller.
All right. So Leuze is our newest partner with Evolution. I assume we started the stocking program relatively shortly after we started our relationship with them. How's it going? What do you have to report? Tell us about it.
It's going good. We're seeing a lot of engagement from Leuze. Their products are by far stand out with their technology that they've introduced into it. Bringing some safety devices or scanners that were bigger size. They're putting the efforts in and releasing newer compact designs. Crucial for machine implementation, and everybody's trying to smaller footprint sometimes. So definitely helps.
I think we did a deep dive on some of the new technology with Leuze. Here at Evolution and Controls, we had an episode where we talked about it, and I think that was one of the products that we
Yes.
talked about.
Right, the new RSL 200.
Okay, all right. Michelle, what do you see as some of the successes or maybe things that we need to tweak on the program so far?
Well, I think that because it is, Leuze's newer, the program's newer, I think as we get to know our customers and maybe not even so much of what's going on here in the Detroit area, but we want to expand this to our Northeast territories, our Southern territories. So knowing what their customers' applications are and what, suits them and fits their needs.
If a stocking program is about availability, that means that the availability has to be near the users of it, which would mean that you'd have to roll it out.
We'd have to expand, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right now, we're doing it in just the Auburn Hills location.
Auburn Hills is the pilot.
Okay.
And of course, in today's world, with our courier services and our door-to-doors, we could still get something to a customer relatively quickly. But at some point, we're going to want it to where our customer can maybe drive down the street and pick something up and get back up and running.
Wow. Here's one of the things that we do on Evolution Controls is we like to look ahead, look at the future. What does the next 3 years, the next 5 years bring? What do you see? Do you see a change in the attitude towards safety? Is that firmly entrenched? Have we gone overboard? Do you see a change in technology? Or is there some new technology? You talked about cables and connectors. Is safety going to go wireless? What do you guys see in the future?
Well, I've heard rumors about that, but so far I haven't seen anything. And
Okay.
a lot of the manufacturers have kind of backed off on it, or at least they're saying that it's going to be way in the future. But the biggest
You
technology...
seem skeptical about it.
Yes, I'm very skeptical about it, because when you're dealing with safety in somebody's life, it's important that you've got to be guaranteed that that's going to stop that machine.
Well, I've never had a Wi-Fi signal go bad.
Yeah, right. You've never lost your cell phone?
No, never.
Signal?
Yeah, never.
So, but the biggest change, though, has been one of the bigger technologies that's emerging, that's going onto these safety sensors, is Bluetooth. And
Okay.
with Bluetooth, you can, through an app on your phone, you can get all the diagnostics for a safety device. Especially with the programmable safety devices. What you want to do is monitor the checksums.
Okay.
And you can get that all in a report right off your cell phone. You can email it, or you can send it to a safety group automatically.
So you see a continuing evolution of the technology and the safety devices?
Yes.
Do you see any other changes, Michelle, Jared? Do you see any other changes in our program in the technology and safety over the next few years?
I think our program's always going to evolve around our customers and what we're seeing being used more. We've already seen that it's going to, the radar coming out, like Marty said, it's a new technology that is just being in places that safety wasn't ever before. But I think the development of the footprint of it, and then also the integration, the ease of it, of putting it in like what we're seeing everything else in network blocks and trunk lines, that it's plug and play. That's where we're going to see that in the next couple of years. We're already seeing it now. It's just going to expand.
Over the next 2 or 3 years, Michelle, do you think we'll roll this out to other locations, other stocking locations?
Absolutely. Yep. We will learn here and we'll grow it here. And the same time we're growing it here, we'll learn our customers in our other regions. And we do have product managers there as well. And, and they're reporting back and they'll help us grow those areas.
Awesome. Well, guys, thanks so much for joining me today. It's been great to talk to you. Good to see you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you
Appreciate it.
for having us.
To learn more about Leuze, their products and solutions, visit leuze.com. To learn more about Evolution Motion and their solutions, visit us at evolutionmotion.com. Don't forget to subscribe to Evolution in Controls on whatever platform you use for video podcasts, or on YouTube for a video version, so you can be notified when we release new episodes. Thank you again for joining me today. I'm Tim Wilson, and remember, keep moving.